Hello, my name is Todd Loudon and I work for a company called Flowrox. We're a manufacturer of high quality pinch valves, heavy duty slurry knife gates, peristaltic and progressive cavity pumps, specialty instrumentation, and systems and other smart solutions. I'm here today to talk to you about lime or lime slurry. And you might say, why do we want to talk about lime? Is it that interesting? But it's used in such a large number of industries. For instance, steel, water and wastewater, chemical, cement, pulp and paper, for instance, in the recosticizing area, green liquor and black liquor lines, the food industry, the mining industry, the coal-fired power industry for FGD scrubber systems. So it's used in just a ton of different industries today. And why do we want to talk about it? Because it's relatively difficult. It's kind of a tough slurry to handle and deal with. It has a tendency to scale in piping systems quite severely. As well, it's not a dissolved solid. It actually is a suspended solid. So it's actually floating inside whatever it's being carried in, for instance, water. And any pockets, cavities, or areas that it can settle down into, it will, and then it'll re-solidify, and it can cause some real problems. And then finally, it's extremely abrasive, so also it causes significant maintenance issues because of the abrasiveness. Why do certain products fail in lime slurry? Well, a lot of times customers attempt to utilize a product that they use throughout their plant and try to use that in lime slurry, and that may not be the best strategy with lime. It's pretty tough. Ball valves, plug valves, butterfly valves, those type of products, they actually may have significant problems in lime slurry. For instance, the ball or the plug, they have a cavity all around surrounding the ball or the plug, and that begins to pack full of lime, and then it causes the operating torque of the valve to go up until they actually fail. Also, the butterfly valve has a shaft area, which similar things can happen. But also then, because of the abrasive nature and scaling, it begins to settle out on the surface of the ball or the plug or the butterfly valve disc. And then as that valve's closed, you're turning that ball, for instance, through a set of Teflon seats or other seats, and that lime just tears them apart. So those are some of the reasons why you might have issues with those type of products. Well, then you might ask me, what product would you recommend for lime slurry? And an excellent choice can be a high-quality pinch valve. I'd strongly recommend that you go with a well-known brand. Then as well, some of the reasons that they're really good is because the pinch valve is 100% full port. There's absolutely no pockets or cavities or any areas where the material can collect inside of this valve. And also, if any scale begins to grow on the surface of the rubber sleeve, as you start to stroke it, it starts to flake the scale, and then the velocity increases across the valve sleeve area, and it cleans itself. So it's a very self-cleaning valve. So that's a great reason for using a pinch valve. Then you might ask me, what product would you recommend or use for pumping lime slurry? Well, again, a peristaltic pump would be a great product, and I would suggest you use a single rolling design instead of a two-shoe design. Anything that compresses the hose twice per revolution compresses the hose twice as many times as a single rolling design, so the hose life is going to be much shorter with a two-shoe or two-roller design. But all peristaltic pumps, there's no pockets or cavities or areas for material to collect in. The hose also is being continuously flexed every single revolution, so it's cleaning itself pretty well. Also, the rubber hose is the only thing that's in contact with the medium, so that's a positive. And then finally, the rubber hose is typically the only wear component in most peristaltic pumps. So, and then, what are some customers saying about, say, for instance, valves in lime slurry? A customer in Florida, coal-fired power plant, they were utilizing rubber-lined knife gate valves, and they were having pretty significant problems with repairs and maintenance. They began to try some Flowrox high-performance pinch valves, and after they've used a lot of those products, the FGD scrubber maintenance manager said that I'm saving $150,000 a year in maintenance costs and parts. So they're strong brand or strong support there. That plant actually has over 500 valves now installed today. Then this is flipping the page. This is another customer, and this actually is another coal-fired power plant in Ohio, and they were pumping lime slurry to their FGD scrubber, and they were using a 4-inch double shoe design peristaltic pump. And they came to us and they said, we're having really significant issues with the maintenance costs these pumps are causing. What could Flow-Rox do for us? And so we made a recommendation that they utilize actually a 2.5-inch Flow-Rox peristaltic pump. And what they said was the 4-inch pump, the rubber hose was failing every 518,000 revolutions or so. And our pump went in, and it was the hose would last in excess of 2.7 million revolutions, so 5 times longer hose life. Also, because our pump rolls over the hose, there's no friction and heat. The big 4-inch pumps, they have those rubbing shoes, and they're generating a bunch of friction and heat. They got to put a whole bunch of glycerin inside the casing to help get rid of the heat. And so they were spending $9,000 a year on those 4-inch pumps just on glycerin. In the end, the bottom number is that they were spending $29,000 plus per year on those 4-inch pumps, and they tried the 2.5-inch pump from Flow-Rox, and we reduced that number to $9,000 a year. So they were saving $20,000 a year on their maintenance budget by using Flow-Rox. And you could almost buy a new pump, 2.5-inch new pump every year with that amount of savings. So pretty strong statements. In the end, there's a myriad of products to choose from around the world today. I just suggest choose wisely. Do a little bit of research. Lyme's tough. There's also an abundance of technical salespeople that will visit your facility and make recommendations for you. But those people may not have a good product for you to use in Lyme slurry. So again, be very cautious there. I suggest you don't go with a cheap product in Lyme slurry. Go with a better product. It's going to serve you much better. It's a beast. If you heed some of my warnings, I hope someday you'll thank me. My name again is Todd Loudon, and I can be reached here at Flow-Rox. All my contact information is there, as well as we have a group of great application engineers ready, willing, and able to help you with any applications you might have today. Thank you, and have a great day.